What is up, guys? 𝗕𝗢𝗘𝗥 here. Today I want to talk a little bit more about Bitcoin and where we're going the next few weeks or days. You can see that we have been trading sideways pretty much for the whole week. We went up a little bit to 27,000, we went back down to 26,000. It's a mess. I mean, in all reality, yesterday when the Fed released their meetings talking about interest rates and, how the economy is going and where we are with inflation, I mean, it's kind of scary to think that people are still kind of waiting around the sidelines thinking about that these certain decisions, these ETFs, these meetings are going to play a big decisive role in Bitcoin. There's only about 95% of Bitcoin that's in circulation or that's able to be obtained is in cold wallets or on an exchange. And so I really think that these next few weeks, people are going to see more and more the scarcity of Bitcoin. And the price doesn't really correlate to where people think it is right now, but right now it's a fire sale. It really is. $27,000. People are thinking we're still going to go to 15. Nobody is allocated in Bitcoin. Nobody is allocated in altcoins. I mean, people say, oh, I have allocations, but no one really has significant portions of their portfolio in anything. They're just kind of been waiting on the sidelines. They've been hurting. People don't have money to spend on crypto. At least I know the people that I talk to and my friends and my family, I ask them like, well, hey, are you buying more Bitcoin? They always tell me, well, I'm waiting for it to go lower. People are saying it's going to go to like 10, 15,000, 20, 10 to 15,000, 20,000. And I don't think that's going to be the case in the future. I think that in the next few months, we're really going to see explosive price action as more and more things come out in the news. I'm not saying that we need the news to come out for Bitcoin to go up, but I think the news will be an aid in our benefit of the price of Bitcoin because people are going to have a little bit of more of a FOMO or more of a, well, hey, people are putting their money into this. Why shouldn't I? And I think it's going to be coming to a critical point where people are going to be betting against each other, where people are going to be saying, hey, Bitcoin's going lower, Bitcoin's going to go higher. And I think right now we're in that fight. And you can see in multiple graphs, I mean, I'll put some of them on screen right now, but we're essentially just sitting around this accumulation zone and not a whole lot's happening for anybody in this case, I mean, people are making money still trading like on margin and stuff, and, that's great, and that's great for them, because I don't trade on margin. I think it's it's kind of like a get-rich-quick scheme. They convince you that if you go take 100x leverage, 50x leverage, 20x leverage, 10x leverage, that you'll be able to make a trade, but most of the time that I've noticed from my experience of trading with, that type of leverage, or even trading with like 2 or 3x leverage, the trade never really goes in your favor unless you really do know what's going to happen in the future. You have, analysis and technical analysis, and you're a good trader, then, good for you. I'm happy that you're able to do that, and I'm happy you're able to make sustainable income from that. But someone that doesn't really want to have too much of an emotional burden or really think about the psychology of everything and have to really think about, well, is my portfolio going to go up 10% today? Is it going to go up 5% today? I'd rather not really think about it. I think a lot of people really don't want to think about that either. So a lot of people are stuck in a situation where they spent all their money on degenerate trading or gambling or trying to make more crypto, and they're just kind of in a standstill saying, well, I'm going to wait for crypto to go lower, or I'm going to wait for crypto to go, maybe to this level or to that price, and I'll buy some more. And the problem with that is that, they don't really buy it. They really don't. And like, you ask somebody like, hey, are you going to go buy that car? Well, I'm thinking about it. Well, if they really wanted the car and they really wanted it, they would have bought it. Or let's say, you're going to go buy a nice fancy watch. If you really wanted the watch, you'd buy it. And so I think a lot of people right now, they don't really have a lot of value in Bitcoin, especially at this price level. They think it's, too high extreme. And think about it. 5 years ago, in 2017, roughly, we're sitting at around $20,000. We're only $5,000 above where we were from our all-time high 5 years ago. And if that's not like a, ding, 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 red flag alert, we're only $5,000 more than where we were, 5 years ago. Same thing with 2021. We were only $2,000 cheaper to where Tesla announced that they were buying Bitcoin. And to let you guys know, Tesla still owns a lot of their Bitcoin. They still haven't sold any. Much as people like to say that, oh, SpaceX, Tesla, Elon Musk, they sold their Bitcoin. They haven't really sold anything. I do with MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy has just been accumulating, and there's a whole bunch of other wallets that have just been accumulating. And I think the main thing I want to talk about in this video is just, it's really not too late for people to want to invest in Bitcoin. It's really not too late. And I think it's time for you to take up a chance and buy some Bitcoin. Nobody, I can make 100 videos and tell you to buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, but until you actually do it, nothing's going to happen. And, we still have, another, I want to say like 100 years until the very final Bitcoin gets released or gets mined. And there's just not enough Bitcoin to go around. There really isn't. And I hope that you take this video as a sign for you to buy more Bitcoin today. Even if it's $10, $5, you know, go right now, buy some Bitcoin. I'll do it with you and just invest in Bitcoin. I really do wish that everyone that watches this video takes a little bit of money and puts it in Bitcoin, whether you're on the sidelines or whether you're waiting for a certain price target. Just dollar cost average. I mean, it really doesn't do you no good if you just wait there and just kind of sit on the sidelines. I really hope that you take my advice and you know, buy a little bit of Bitcoin. And when I mean like buy a little bit of Bitcoin, you don't have to buy a whole coin, a half a coin, a quarter of a coin. Just buy $10. I mean, $10 will take you a lot further than the average American, or even the average person in the United States, or the average person in North America, or the average person in Europe. You'll have more Bitcoin than the average person today if you just buy $10 worth of Bitcoin. Same thing if you would have bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, when it was like $100. If you would have bought $10 worth of Bitcoin, you would still have more Bitcoin than the average person did 10 years ago. And so I guess the moral of the story is I hope you guys listen to this video and take this video as a way of understanding where Bitcoin's at. And I'll put some more charts up right here where we really are at the really bottom. We really are. And people are just kind of saying, well, we're going to go lower, we're going to go lower, we're going to go lower. And we already did our lower stance. We already went through our bear market. We already went through our crypto winter. We already went through, you know, the pain, the exile. I mean, and right now we're not necessarily going down lower, but this is where they kind of grind you and take you, are we going high, are we going lower? They make you bored. And that's the scary part about being in this market, is that somebody out there is trying to take your Bitcoin and they want you to be bored. They want you to think that there's nothing happening and that, you know, crypto's dead, when it's really not. They're just slowly making the price go higher. They really are. I mean, try this here at $15,000. We're already close to double, you know, 2x. I mean, that's 100% gain in price in just less than 8 months. Really. I mean, it's insane that people are thinking that Bitcoin's dead when we just did 100% gain in less than 6 months in the year. I mean, from 15,000 all the way to 30,000 to 31,000. I mean, it really is insane. And I think right now that we had a correction of about 10 or 20% right now, we may go up and double again. I mean, from 25,000 to 50,000, people would really be, you know, FOMOing in right there if they saw Bitcoin at $50,000 again. Because they would have saw Bitcoin at 15,000, they would have saw Bitcoin at 20,000, 25, 30, 40, 50. And, you know, I think it doesn't stop there. I think it doesn't stop at $50,000. Well, I think, you know, people will buy Bitcoin and Bitcoin crashes from 50,000 back to 30,000 and scare all those weak hands. I really do think so. And it makes sense because those are really psychological levels. Imagine losing $20,000 on your investment in less than a month. Because let's say Bitcoin goes from 50 to 30. Then from 30, it doubles again and goes to 60. It's only a $10,000 gain from 50,000, but it's still psychological when you see it on a day-to-day. So I want to end the video by saying thank you every single one of you guys for subscribing, liking, and commenting. Trying a new different format to this video just to kind of talk to you guys more, get to know you, you get to know me. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Buy some Bitcoin, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.